I thought I better come on and explain why I have been MIA for the past 2 months. So I'm at a friend's house at the moment, so this isn't my furniture or my house, but let's rewind back to what was going on. So last May, at the end of May, we left Manitoba to move back to Ontario to be closer to family. And it was nice that we were close to everybody, but the medical failed me in Ontario, the medical care. So what happened was I was referred to a neurologist out of Toronto General Hospital. Now that's a teaching hospital. So my first time going to see the doctor was, I believe, towards the end of August. Well, I saw training doctors, and then the doctor that they were working under, she kind of took a report from them in her office, walked in to see me, and gave the verdict. I wasn't allowed to ask questions or anything. So she did start me on my IV treatments. Now, when I was in Manitoba, I was getting 3 bottles a day for 2 days, once a month. So I was getting 6 bottles once a month. Well, she decided that I was only going to get 3 bottles once a month, which was fine because I didn't like my drive down to Toronto General every month. And a few times my mom came with me and they let her in to sit with me, and my husband also. Now the nurses there were great. They were absolutely great. They were so cute. But anyways, so I did have a couple visits with her. I'm going to say I only had 3. So when I went back in February to see her, I was telling her that I didn't find the treatments were helping because I felt I wasn't getting the proper dosage. And I actually did have a really bad reaction to one of them, and I did end up in emergency again, which has happened to me a few times here in Manitoba. But in saying that, I questioned I just saw a student doctor, and I said to the student doctor, is there something else that we can try? Because I don't like the bad side effects that I get from these treatments. And he said, we'll talk to the doctor about it. I said, okay. So they did a nerve conduction test, and they're uncomfortable. They basically put little patches all over your body and send electronic shocks to see how your nerves react. And the other one that I do get is very painful, and they stick a big long needle. It's got to be like this long, and they stick it into the muscles in my legs, and they test it. Those ones are painful. So anyway, they did that at the end of February. And then I talked to the doctor. He left. My husband was with me at this appointment, but they wouldn't let him in to listen. So anyway, the head doctor came in, and she says to me, if you think that your treatments aren't working, we're just going to take you off all your medication, and I'll see you in 2 years. And I kind of looked at her like, what? 2 years? Like, I could be dead in 2 years, by 2 years' time. This, I have a progressive neurological disease here. So my husband was kind of upset about it too. I had a follow-up appointment the week after with my family doctor, and he was saying that, I got the report. So I said, okay. So I looked at the report with him. The report that they had sent him was the reports from my neurologist in Manitoba from dated August, the year before, August 2020. So I said to him, no, that he thought it was the student doctor. And I said, no, that was my doctor from Manitoba. So he was like, you're not going back there. But at the same time, he also said, I've had you on a waiting list for the past year. Max is here, to see a neurologist, hopefully in Kingston, which would have been an hour drive away for me. But he said the wait list was quite long before COVID, so you can imagine how it is now, right? And I agreed with him. So he said, what would your options be if you returned back to Manitoba? and we can call that doctor and see if he'll take you back, because it seems like you had one of the top neurologists in Manitoba. So we did that. We called, and the receptionist says, let me call you back. I'll go and ask the doctor. Well, they called me back that afternoon, and they said, absolutely, you can come back. When will you be in Manitoba so we can book the appointment? So I said, I got to sell my place first and, plan this move. So everything happened so fast because that all happened in March. So in April, I decided I'm going to go travel in the truck with my husband. And, we had a big decision to make. So we enjoyed our travel time in that. So at the end of April, we decided that, yes, it was nice to be around the family, but I'm no good to the family if I'm sick. And I have to think of myself right now and my health, right? So what we did was we decided, okay, so we went out for another trip on the road, and we came back about a week later, and we put our property up for sale it was on a Friday. And it was actually towards the end of April. That's what it was. Yeah. So, all this happened within 2 months, March and April. So so what did we do? Yep. So I guess it was 2 weeks before the end of April. So we're out on the road. Our place is up for sale. We put it up on the Friday. We get an offer on the Monday, asking price with a fast close of May 1st. Like, what are the odds of that happening? So we jumped on it. But we were also down south in the States and had nothing packed or ready to go. So we're like, okay, it's doable. We'll see what we can do. Well, we came back. I wish I had a calendar here in front of me, but we came back. I believe it was the Wednesday, and May 1st was on Sunday. So we had the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We had 4 days to pack everything and get it to a storage unit and clean the place, which is what we managed it. We were done by the Saturday. We had some friends help, but it was chaos. I ran out of boxes. I'm packing stuff in plastic bags and everything. Well, we were thinking that when we moved back to Ontario, we had hauled a trailer ourselves. So we basically packed it ourselves, hauled it ourselves, unloaded it ourselves. Well, this time, because of this new truck that we bought and the wheelbase is too long, we cannot haul a 53-foot trailer with it. It's he hauls tankers, and it's perfect for that. So we thought, well, let's call around and see if we can rent a 48-foot trailer. We were not able to rent a 48-foot trailer. Not one way, not going, say, Toronto to Winnipeg, right? So my husband's like, you know what? We're going to hire movers. I said, okay. So we hired movers. So yeah, we had all our stuff out. It was in the storage unit. We were done at the end of April. So then in May, he says, okay, now we got to make a decision. Are we looking for a place here, or are we going back to Winnipeg for your health? And so we talked to my family, and we decided that, yes, we're going to move back. But I wasn't ready to move right then because for the long weekend, my daughter was having a birthday party for my oldest grandson. He turned 2, and it was like, I don't want to miss that because I don't know when I'm going to see them again. So what we did was we went out on the road again for a couple of weeks, and we decided, okay, we've made our decision. Now we got to tell everyone. So we told my parents and Sean's family. Sean's my husband. And we told his family. Now his grandma was sad. She's 94 years old. And she says, I'm going to miss you guys. And we're going to miss her too. But everybody understood. So I didn't know how I was going to tell my girls. I thought, do I tell them in person? I kind of don't want to tell them over the phone. The birthday party isn't the exact right place or time to tell them, but I'm going to have all 3 of them together. So so my husband started making phone calls, and it was on the Monday. So 5 days before. So I guess it was May 15th. So he's on the phone and he's calling for a moving company to come and collect our stuff this week. And they said, we have room on a truck on Friday, May 20th. We're like, okay. So we came back to Toronto. My husband dropped me off at my parents' house. He went back on the road to make a delivery. And I was there with the guys, and they just looked at the 2 storage units, and I'm like, what? Is this like one of the worst packaging jobs you've ever seen? And the guy goes, yeah, it is. I wasn't surprised because nothing was packed properly. So they started packing stuff in those big, what do you call those big boxes for clothing? And they just started putting all my bagged stuff into these boxes, and they must have filled about 15 of them. And they did charge me for them, which I didn't appreciate, but it had to be done. So they left on the 20th. So now we're like, all right, we are officially homeless. Our stuff is on a big rig, on its way to Winnipeg. You know, what are we going to do? So we stayed at my parents' house, and we all went to the birthday party on the Sunday of the long weekend. And it kind of turned out perfect that my son-in-law was barbecuing some food outside, and everybody kind of went outside, and it was just me, Sean, and my 3 daughters. And I said to them, I know this isn't the right time to be telling you all this, but I wanted to tell you all in person, and I hope that you understand. And when we told them, they totally understood. They said that your health is important, Mom. So we actually ended up leaving that weekend. So on Monday, we started heading to Winnipeg, to Manitoba. So we were lucky that our friend, whose house I'm in right now, he is actually in Ontario visiting his kids. So when we spoke and told him what was going on, he, no problem, he says, you know where the key is? Use my house. So I've been here for the last week, since last Wednesday. Today's, Tuesday? So I've quite enjoyed my peace and quiet, a little bit of rest, because when I was in the truck, bouncing down the highway was really hurting my nerves. So the nerve pain was unbearable. So I've enjoyed this, so have the dogs. And we're out in the country. We're in an area where we used to live, which was 1 hour southeast of Steinbach. Now, we do love this area. It's, out in the country, peaceful, laid back. But it was too far for me to drive to the Health Science Center every month in Winnipeg, because it's on the far north side of Winnipeg. So we decided, okay, we still want to live in the country, but we need to be in a reasonable distance to the hospital. And my husband also works for a company out of Winnipeg, so we're going to be closer for him too. So the place that we got is actually, I'm going to say north of the Trans-Canada and east of Winnipeg. So I'm about an hour, 5 minutes east. So from the house to the Health Science Center, it should only take me an hour, 5 minutes to get there, which is going to work out really perfect for us. So we get the keys later this afternoon, and the movers are arriving tomorrow. And I'm kind of excited because I'm going to have a room all to myself for my crafting and doing my videos. Max is sitting here on a pillow, and yeah, that's going to be exciting. So I'm going to have a craft room and set it all up so I can do my videos. And I just thought I need to come on and tell everybody what we have been up to, because I'm sure you're all saying, what is that crazy lady doing now? Because she hasn't been making any videos. So I really did enjoy out in the truck. I might go out maybe 1 trip a month or whatever, or more trips in the winter if he is going south, because it gets pretty cold here. But what a change in weather. It was so hot and warm, even the day that the guys packed the trailer in Ontario. And we come here, and on our drive here, I mean, the roads were flooded around the Kenora area, and it has not stopped raining since I've been here. So they're under another water advisory, flooding advisory. Now, my husband did a trip to the south, and he came back yesterday, and he said he had to detour around Morris because the bridge was underwater. So I'm just hoping and praying that we don't end up with a really rainy summer. But I'll take this over hot, humid weather because I'd rather, you know, wear a sweater than be peeling clothes off because you're too hot. So it's getting really stormy out there today. But anyways, I want to make this video. I'm going to post it, and we're going to head up to our new house. We're going to park in the driveway and sleep in the truck tonight so that we're there for when the movers arrive tomorrow. And I will be back. So give me about a week, and I'll be back with some more videos. Okay? Take care, everyone. Thanks for supporting my channel. Bye for now. Say bye, Max. Say bye. Say bye. Bye. All right, I'll see you all again soon. Oh, she's gonna step over baby again. Look at how adorable she is. She can't be very old. She's a little wobbly on the legs. Mom's staring right at me. This is all happening right in my friend's backyard. Oh, Mom can hear me.